can't equal O, it has to equal 0. Alright, so what do we do first? We check if they are colliding. That's the very first thing we do. Okay, so we'll need to get the difference between their positions and compare that to the sum of their radius, the radii, right? Right, so I think what we need now is some more utility functions, you know, for vector kind of stuff. So subtract, I would normally call this like vector subtract or subtract v or whatever, but this is a tiny little program. It's not, this won't collide with any other names, I'm sure. Yeah. So x1, y1, x2, y2. x1 minus x2. It's redundant. Okay, whoops, wrong one. So the difference, yeah, difference equals subtract circle 2 minus circle 1. Okay, so this difference, if the absolute x value of the difference is more than the sum of the radii, so I'll get this, I guess this is a minimum distance, yeah, min distance you can have before a collision is like happens. Yep. So if absolute, do we have absolute in math? We do indeed. Awesome. And it works for floating points, I hope. Good. Right, so if that is less than or equal to the minimum distance, then we are potentially colliding. Correspondingly for y, whoops, meant to do that. So this avoids us, you know, actually getting square roots and whatever. Okay, okay, so if it passes both cases, it's then within some kind of box. Let's clear this. So it means it's sort of like this scenario I think would fit. So that plus that gives us sort of this line, and let's say that I don't actually, I'm not actually sure what the box looks like, but it is, I'm pretty sure it's a box kind of region in which it'll pass those two ifs. Okay, and then we want to actually compare this distance. So if the square length of that is more than the square length of the minimum distance, or less than, that means it is actually less than the minimum distance. And I'm using square because to not use square would mean you have to do a square root. So let's get the square length of something, of a vector. X, y. X times x plus y times y. And then the length probably need. I could call square length, but JavaScript is kind of slow already, so I don't want to make it even slower with function calls. Alright, so where are we up to? So this puts us within that box, and then we want to check if it's actually colliding. So if it doesn't pass this, if it passes this third if, then we have collision. So square distance equals square length if the square of the minimum distance is, or if the square of is less than min distance times min distance, collision has occurred. Awesome. How are we going for time? Gotta keep track. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to split that. Okay, so I'll just keep going. Whoops. Has. Okay, so let's just have it show a collision by, you know, making itself red. So this dot, let's go a flag, make it, we'll make this flag just yeah, this flag can be used for anything, like a utility flag. Okay, so what we want to do is, with every circle, set the flag to be false. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we want to do. And then if we collide, their flags get set to true. So, our thing. Flag, question mark. If it's true, then make it red. Otherwise, draw white. And let's see if that works. It did not work. Oh dear. Undefined. Undefined is never good. So 32 is where the complaint is. 30. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, can't do that. Thankfully, it's a simple bug. Flag is not defined. I thought I defined it. Where is it not defined? 87. Ah, this dot flag. Hey, here we go. Things are moving too fast for me to analyze, and some of them aren't being set to red. Maybe because of, I wasn't sure about this being here. So to be safe, I'll duplicate this for loop. So everything gets their flag set to false first. Oops. And then it might get set to true. And I want to make these things smaller. I mean, slower. And bigger. Because, we'll see. That's more like it. That's what I want to see, yeah. Yeah, it looks like collision detection is working just fine. This looks cool. It's like one of those things that's supposed to induce an optical illusion or something. Yeah, how much time do I have left now? Oh, out of time.